Hey guys, so I came across this video, which I was not even looking for it, but it came across my feed, and I'm not even subscribed to them, but I noticed the title. It said Nashville Idol Worship and the Coming Judgment. So I decided to watch it, and they talk about all kind of various topics in here, and I'm going to show one more part, and then I'll either explain it in here or I might have to make another video. But anyway, let me start here because this right here is Penn Jillette, okay? He's with Penn and Teller for anybody who's familiar with them. But I first want to, before I read what he wrote, I first want to say that in this video they're talking about how he used to be an atheist, okay? Now, I have not looked into him. I don't know anything about him, what his current status is or any of that. So that's pretty much all they said, and they said too that they don't know, what his beliefs are now. So anyway, with that being said, I want to start with his name, Penn Teller, okay? As I stated in one of my past videos, this is not their real names. They're given another name, okay? And if you know anything about how magic works through words and how spells can be cast through words without us even knowing, all right? Well, when you take his name, or the names together, Penn and Teller, what that is doing is saying, we're a teller of the pen, which means, we're casting spells with the pen as we write, because the pen is used to write with, right? And then, so that's literally what that means. And I'm not making this up. I'm not assuming. I've been at this many years, you guys. So, there's that. But anyway, this is what he said. Now, however, I believe, I go along with what he says here. He said, if you believe that there's a heaven and a hell, and people could be going to hell or not getting eternal life, and you think that it's not really worth telling them this because it would make it socially awkward, how much do you have to hate somebody to believe everlasting life is possible and not tell them that? And then he went on to write or say, if I believe beyond the shadow of a doubt that a truck was coming at you and you didn't believe that truck was bearing down on you, there is a certain point where I tackle you. And this is more important than that. So, it's quite amazing he said that because, this is the whole point of me doing this is to call out what's going on. And, I'm talking about the JW organizations here, but I am certainly not singling them out or, bashing them or whatever. Because I could literally go into all of them, all churches, all cults. Satan has infiltrated everything. False prophets everywhere. The doctrines of devils. And so anyway, with that being said, I choose to talk about the JW org because although it was not my choice, I didn't want to be there. I was forced to go for a huge part of my childhood. So I know about that place. I can talk about it because I know it happened. A lot of stuff happened to me, some so dark and disturbing that absolutely nobody knows about it and never will. Not only do I not like talking about it, but I will never tell anybody. That's how dark and disturbing it is. Nobody knows. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to jump to another place real quick. Okay, here they're talking about Nashville is known for its most popular alcoholic drink called the Fireball. And then they go on to say, how people from all over come to Nashville just for this alcoholic drink, which has killed some people because of how potent the alcohol is in it, and if I'm sure most of y'all know, but they refer to alcohol as spirits, right? Okay, well, why would they call it spirits? And we're not talking about good spirits. We're talking about demonic spirits. And if you look into it, it is facts. Again, I'm not speculating. This is not me, spreading conspiracy theories or whatever. This is all facts. If you heard of the green fairy, right? Okay, well, in the drink absinthe, You know, they say a green fairy comes out of it. Well, if you know anything about fairies, they're demons, okay? The fae, F-A-E, you know, that's all demons. But anyway, back to this. You see it's got a demon on the front of it. It's a demon body with a dragon head, okay? It's a demon. And then you see all this stuff around it. That's all spirits, you guys. All demonic spirits around this bottle of spirits. So there's that. Okay, and then they go on to show the Tennessee Titans. I used to live in Nashville for 5 years. So I know all about this team. However, I was never part of it. But I want you to notice the T in the middle right there, first of all, okay? That T is also used by Tesla, but that is one of the images they use for the Baphomet. Right there, that T, okay? And then you got the ball with the fire coming off of it, which is, again, the fireball, you know? So, I hate to tell you, and there's going to be some who's not going to believe it. They're not going to want to accept it, and I understand that because I used to be right there. I used to be right there. I used to be, you know, huge into Auburn football, all into music, movies, all this stuff, not knowing anything about it until the day I did. So anyway, the stars represents the fallen, you know, and all that. The fire represents hell. And then the Baphomet, of course. So there's that. And then the Titans, I'm going to get to that in a minute. That means something too. Okay, here they're saying in mythology. However, it's not mythology. It's not that's what they want you to think. But no, they're saying these pre-Olympian gods with a little g, you know, they were worshipped back in the old days or whatever. However, they're still being worshipped to this very day. To this very day. And this name right here, Cronus, if you look into that, that's linked to COVID, okay? But anyway, in one of my past videos, I think it was the last one I made, I talked about Uranus right there. And to look that up, what that means to the occult. But, you know, they give all these other names. But they go on further to say there were 6 males and 6 female gods, okay, right here, the Titans. Okay, if you take the 6, that represents the devil, and then if you take the 6 plus the 6, that's the 12, you know, the 12 tribes mentioned in the Bible. So just remember, Satan always takes, you know, what the Most High God does, and he flips it, everything in reverse with him. Okay, so it's not former gods. I don't go along with that. They're still worshiping them to this very day. Okay, and they very much believe in them. So there's got to be something to it because they're putting idols up everywhere of these things, monkey gods. Speaking of that, you know, that was mentioned in the Twilight movie when Rose called her husband, Emmett, or I don't remember his name, my monkey man, you know. So you got to know how to decode these words and know what they mean because they all have meanings behind them. And the way it works is that if you know about it, it won't affect you. However, if you're unaware of it, it does affect you. It goes into your subconscious and it affects you whether you realize it or not. Okay, so yeah, I mean, they mention all these names, but I just wanted to show that right there. Okay, this channel here called Know Your Enemy, I've been subscribed to them for quite some time, and they got some amazing content, and they go much, much deeper than I do in my videos. So if anybody's interested, Know My Enemy. But anyway, this video is called Blood Angel, okay? But I got it stopped right here because I want y'all to look at this image here. Let me blow it up big. Okay, I want y'all to notice this image because when I saw this and then something else about fell out, and I'm going to show that here in just a bit. All right, I want you to these 2 horns up here, which represents one of their gods, and I can't remember which one and don't really care, but anyway, it represents one of their gods they worship, okay, which is many. There's so many I can't keep up, nor do I want to, but anyway, I know they're curved here, but just imagine them straight, okay? Just imagine them straight, being straight up and down without the things up top. Okay, so there's that. But then take away the leaves, take away the phoenix bird, which represents Ra, the sun god, and then take away the red and white emblem with the sword in it, which the red and white represents the Knights Templars. But anyway, so take away the leaves, take away the phoenix bird, take away the red and white emblem with the sword in it, and you're left with the round circle with the thing in the middle with the blood in it with the 2 straight columns or whatever, or horns or whatever. Just imagine that, okay? And keep that in your mind, because I'm going to show you something here in a minute. That's what I about fell out on, so hold tight. Okay, first I'm going to start here. I don't know the exact place. I can't remember that. I should have wrote it down, but I forgot. My apologies. This is at one of the JW assemblies, okay? Notice this circle right here down at the bottom, the big circle, and then you got a small circle in the middle, and then you got the palm tree, right? Okay, and then it goes up, and there's another circle, which is the fountain. So people are walking around these circles, going up, walking around again, then going through the two straight pillars. Okay, I'm getting somewhere because this all means something, and it's disturbing. Okay, it's disturbing. But one more thing I want to point out, and I'm gonna get further into that and show you some stuff, is not only is it, you know, the double circle there, and then pretty much the double circle up there with the fountain in the middle, which water represents rebirth, but to them it's twisted and perverted in another way. But then on top of that, you got them, they know what they're doing. They designed it in the butler ritual, okay? I talked about that in one of my previous videos, and I'm going to go further into it this time and show you some stuff about that butler ritual, okay? But yeah, so just imagine an arm coming out there, an arm coming out there, then going up and then up. That's part of the butler ritual that they do, okay? So I'm going to show you some more, and I would really love to see a drone, you know, take an aerial footage of this, because I would love to be able to look down on this, because I can almost guarantee you this thing is going to form into the shape of an all-seeing eye if you're looking at it from the sky downward, because I know what to look for. But those two columns right there that people go through is, you know, that represents, I may get Boaz and Joachim. I think that's how you say it. I may be wrong on that, so don't hold me to that. But I think that's what it is. But this is, you know, if you look up Freemason columns and what it means, you'll find that that's exactly what it means. So there's that. Okay. Oh boy. All right. You remember that? Excuse me. The image I just showed you of the thing in the middle with the blood in it, right? Okay, well, you see the men standing in that thing right there, okay? That represents blood in there. People are walking around it, and then they go up, and then they're walking around it, going through the two pillars. And then you got the butler ritual going on at the same time. So what this is, and that looks, if you look up here, the square eye and the square eye and the fountain is the mouth, it looks like a demon, which it probably is, because they know what they're doing. They know how to set all this up. They know. And so that's what it looked like to me. But I'm going to tell you what's happening here, then I'm going to show you. I'm going to go further with it. What's happening here is as they walk around these circles, then go up, then, you know, they're walking past the men, walking around there, going through the two pillars. That is literally a satanic ritual that is taking place right there. And as I showed you in that other image, you know, it shows the blood in there. Yeah, that's because they're being led to their literal sacrifice. And this is what I've worried about for a very long time, because I don't know how many times I've been told by JW that they have their bags packed, ready to go. When they get the call, the message, whatever, they're ready to go. And that worries me big time. And I'm not the only one worried about it. I'm seeing others posting about it too, because they have family in it. And I've seen people breaking down, crying, because they can't pull their family out, but they know what's going to happen. They're going to be led away to their own slaughter, and that is literally the truth, for sacrifice to their various gods, including Baal, Moloch, you know, Baphomet. They serve so many, but it all involves blood sacrifice. So what's happening here further, the more I looked, I said, oh my goodness. But it didn't surprise me, because see, this is a satanic ritual that's taking place right here. And I started looking around in the crowd. I started looking everywhere, and I saw demons everywhere. And then they go home and they're wondering, why is my family fighting? Why is my children caught smoking? Why are they drinking? Why are they depressed? Why is my husband having an affair? Why is my uncle, people are saying that he's abusing children, and they're wondering why this is all happening. It's because not only are they being filled with demons when they get baptized. I showed that picture in one of the past videos of, all those people at the Birmingham, Alabama, JW convention getting baptized. And that man in the all black was doing the butler ritual, but little did he know he was doing that. But, it's because they're telling him, do your arms like this, because it has to be done a certain way for the ritual to work. And so I also showed, that blue bright light coming down on him, and the demons going into him, and the demons in the water. That's because that's what was happening. He was getting baptized to Baal, but he didn't know it. And, then they keep attending things like this, and they're involved with all these rituals, but they don't know it. And they're taking more and more and more and more and more demons home with them because the demons are getting in them. And that is the driving force behind, why they're fighting, why they're angry, why, the child stuff takes place, and the unaliving of people takes place. And so the rage, just the anger, just the fighting, the divorce, everything. This is why. But yeah, there's demons everywhere. I'm not going to point them all out, but I see them. They're everywhere in this crowd. So I'm going to show you some more. Okay, this is still at this same place I just showed you, with the fountain and the men and that same thing, that I showed from that other picture. But this is inside where all the people are facing here. And if you see, they got that Freemason brick wall back there, and they got 2 pillars on either side of it. Again, they know what they're doing. They have to set it up a certain way for their rituals to work. And all these people that clap, and whatever, sing to Jehovah, which is actually Baal, they're giving more power to the beast. They're giving more power to their satanic rituals that just makes it more powerful. And I know this sounds odd to some people. It did to me in the beginning. I was like, yeah, I've heard of witchcraft and stuff, but it's not that real, But then I just kept finding more and more and more and more information, and finally came to the conclusion that no. Then I listened to John Todd, who grew up in a satanic, the Druid family, and was in it for a long time. Then he finally gave his life to Christ. He wanted out. He wanted away from it, and he actually unalived people, and was while he was in the military, and received a honorable discharge, and all his records were destroyed. And he went home and asked he had 2 moms. He had a biological mom and a what is it called? Not a godmother. I'm pulling a blank. Whatever. But he went home and asked his biological mom. He said, there's got to be more to this than just, casting simple spells and, using certain symbols and stuff like that. And he said that his mom did not go into great detail. She just gave him some money and said, fly to New York, meet this person. And he said once he got there to New York, he was taken to a place and he was taught the true witchcraft, the deep witchcraft. And he said that's when it got dark. It got dark. He said he saw how it worked. Their spells worked because it's all demons and demonic forces, principalities of dark places working behind it. So always keep that in mind. But then there's Donald Marshall also, if anybody's heard of him. He used to, he talks about all this cloning and stuff that's real. And he used to, well, he's still in it, but he was forced, starting at 5 years old, by his mom to take part in this. And he talks about the Vril. I've talked about that, how I've caught the governing body doing the Vril hand sign. Donald Marshall, who's on YouTube, he's on Facebook, he goes deep into it. I mean, deep, and you can't deny it because it's all happening anyway. He talks about cloning and all that. But I just thought I'd mention that, so I'm going to jump to something else. And here's another governing body, behind the Freemason brick wall. The broadcasting sign right there. I know you can only see broad, but it says broadcasting. Yeah, that all means something. We're casting spells to the broad audience. That's what that means. And he's got the blue back there, you know, and he's got the Freemason ring on. And he's got the yellow tie, which represents worship of the sun god, okay? And then you got Garrett Loesch, from the governing body again. He's got his sun god colors on here. There's the broadcasting, you know, we're casting a spell on the broad audience. And the Freemason brick wall back there. And you got the two pillars right here. Notice how they look, because I'm going to show you Brian Head Welch from Korn, who's claiming to be a Christian. However, oh no, see. I found out a whole bunch of stuff about Brian Head Welch. And he is still, to this day, trying to deceive people, saying, I'm a Christian. Because what is happening here, he wants people to think, oh, well, he's a Christian, so I can follow the music of Korn, which is straight up demonic. And that's how it works. You know, if the devil sees people leaving away from that because they know what's going on with the music, then he can say, what can I do now? Hey, I know. Let's make some of the members look like they're Christians. That'll get them back. And sure enough, it worked. It did with me for a while. I even took my daughter. I regret it now. But I took my daughter to go meet Brian Head Welch and his daughter, Janaea. And if you know anything about names, now this doesn't mean I'm saying just because I'm calling these names out doesn't mean if you have that name, it means anything, because it doesn't, but to them it does, okay? Just, that's what I'm saying. And if we wear the colors, it's nothing to us, but when they wear it, it has significant meaning. But anyway, Janaea, it starts with J-E-N-N. Well, that represents jinn. If you know what jinn are, that's demons, okay? But anyway, yeah, notice those pillars, the way they look. And then that brick wall in the blue. I said the blue represents demons. So in the black floor, death. Shiny black floor, death. And here's another governing body from the JW, org website. He's doing the pyramid hand sign. I know you can't see all of it, but I caught him doing the whole thing. That's the pyramid hand sign he's doing right there. And I'm going to show you some stuff on that because I have some stuff saved that's going to explain that further. And as you recall, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Rihanna, never mind, they all do it. You know, newscasters, and all the music, the movies. I mean, they all do it. Okay. All right, before I get any further, let me, this is Brian Head Welch from Korn right here. Okay. Notice he's behind, the blue is behind him. Then you got the brick pillars. The Freemason pillars. He's got the black and white. I play both sides of good and evil. And he's sitting here in this interview saying, yeah, I'm a Christian. I found Jesus. I found God. And, you know, I returned to Korn and I'm playing all this demonic satanic music. But you know, I felt like I needed to return to Korn and try to lead people to God. Well, I haven't found, I found a whole lot more information about him because I got deceived. I did. I'm not going to lie. I got deceived. That's why I took my daughter. If I would have known then what I know now, I would not have taken my daughter, nor would I have gone to go meet him. I literally hugged him. And I regret that now because he's full of demons. And I probably took him home with me, not knowing it, because it's how it works. And that's their plan. But anyway, you see this right over here? I know it's lit up, but see how it is? That looks very, very, very similar to the two pillars that's at the jw.org where they do their broadcasting. So anyway, that's that. I see a demon on the shirt down at the bottom. I don't know if y'all can see it. Probably not, but I see it. I don't miss them. So there's that. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is disturbing. So if you don't want to see this picture, just turn away because I'm gonna tell you now. I'm just gonna say it right up front. It is highly disturbing to look at this. But this is the lead singer of Korn. And this is not contacts in his eyes. It's not, stuff he put on his teeth. This is him shape-shifting into a demon. Okay? And it's disturbing. So let me say that again. You see those black eyes right there? And those black teeth? Yeah. That's not stuff he put on him to make that look that way, because I watched the video and saw him shapeshift from looking like a human to this. Okay? So those black eyes is what I've been pointing out. Their eyes change. They can be all black one minute, all white the next, then they turn back to what looks like human eyes. It's crazy. And his tongue don't look normal. That's because it's not. That's it. That's all of that. Okay. This is Usher at I think it's the 2024 halftime show. It's either this year or last year, you guys. I don't know. But anyway, I know he was there last year and he was there again this year. And for a reason, let's take his name for one, Usher. Well, that means usher in the New World Order, the beast system. Okay. And at his concert, you notice that pattern back there. He's got a diamond behind him, which the Watchtower uses that diamond. And that means something, to the occult also. It's coal makes diamonds. So we're talking about, a new light who's the light bearer, and he's dressed in all white, coming as, I come as an angel of light is what that means. And then you got that pattern back behind the diamond, the grid pattern, which I showed. I blocked out the name because I didn't want to show that, but a Jehovah's Witness high up has this in 2 different places on one of his sites. Okay, he used that, and that literally means bring together the whole world under the New World Order to serve the beast system. Then you got Usher standing in the middle of a sundial. Okay, and then over here, it changes into this, which looks like hell, which it probably is, but it also represents the sun god worship. And he is standing literally in the middle of a sun right there. Okay, and you notice the people all around him. The more they clap, the more they cheer, the more they participate. That feeds into the ritual, makes it more powerful. That's what's happening there, you guys. Okay, same thing happened at the JW conventions and stuff. When they're walking around that's what's happening. Oh, and also notice the purple color right there as well. That's the purple rain. Prince sang about the purple rain. Prince was a Jehovah's Witness, among many other famous people. And you wonder why they're in the Jehovah's Witness organization when they're so demonic and satanic, That's because they're all in it together. But anyway, purple rain, REIGN, which means the New World Order. All right, now I want to bring this up. This is Black Sabbath. And you notice they got the raven there, which the raven is, known as what's called a carrion, which means they eat, decaying bodies and stuff. Okay, so that's what the raven means. Black, death, of course. And they got on all black, death, and he's got on the black and red, sacrifice, blood sacrifice, death. So that's what that represents right there. And if you look over here, Black Sabbath, the butler ritual. Okay, the butler ritual, what I've been talking about. The Deadland ritual. That's what it's all about. They think we all got to go bye-bye. And they're the only the people who serve the beast system is worthy of staying. That's what they think. Okay? Here's Brian Head Welch, and I'm going to show some more. Like I said, he's claiming I'm a Christian. I believe in God, I believe in Christian. But now he's kind of reverted back to saying, he only talks about God now. And I wonder why that is. That's because, they have a different God. Just because they say, they look up to the sky and say God, or I thank God, it doesn't mean they're thanking the Most High God, the one true God. They're thanking their God, which is all kind of different gods. It gets confusing. The Most High God is not confusing. He's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. He never changes. Their gods change all the time to keep people in confusion and wondering. So there's that. Okay. Here you got 2 witches in the middle of a circle, right? One's in black, one's in white. We play both sides, good and evil. But you notice how they're doing their arms. Okay? This is part of the butler ritual. And I showed y'all in one of my past videos of the guy in all black getting baptized at one of the JW conventions. And he's doing his arms just like that. Little did, or maybe he knew. I don't know. Probably little did he know that he was doing a ritual. He was participating in a ritual. And I showed y'all how the demons were coming down into him, and then through that bright light, and there were demons all in the water all around him. That's because demons were literally entering him at that point. That's what was happening. And so these people know what they're doing, and so did the JW, the governing body, and many of the elders. Many, if not all. I can't say that for sure. I can't, but I know enough of them to where I know they know all about this. They know all about this, and they use all these weird symbols that all the occult uses on their sites and their publications and their Bibles and stuff. Why are they using Knight Templar symbols? Why are they using demonic, satanic images? Why are they putting demons in everything? Why are they putting images of bad things happening to kids? Why? That's because they're all part of it. That's why. And then I want to show this. I looked this up, types of rituals. I looked up many more, but I'm just going to show this one. Notice down at the bottom it says, types of rituals, the circle of love. The circle of love. I mentioned about the heart, symbol and whatever being, to them, is demonic and satanic, okay? But then you got the birth, rebirth, and then you got the merging, cycles, death, healing, personal awakening. What that is, that represents that phoenix bird, Ra, the sun god, dying in the ashes and coming back to birth, coming back to life. But it happens through our death. That feeds into their ritual more, is what I'm trying to say here. Then I'm going to show you something else. Okay, this is one of Aleister Crowley's teachings in one of his books, which I have none of his books and never have, never will. But anyway, I pulled the images up on Google, and this is not only it's part of the Butler ritual, and there's more meanings behind this, and I don't know all of it, you guys, and so I'm not going to talk about all of it. If I don't know about it, I'm not going to talk about it, but I want y'all to notice how at the bottom there's a smaller circle, which looks like a cross in it, and then up here is the bigger circle, right? And that's how it was at that convention. The people walk around the circles, go up, walk around the circle, then go through the pillars, right? But knowing that, they're showing the Butler ritual. I know the line don't go all the way across, but just, well, it sort of does, but it breaks in, but there's breaks in between. So the lines in the middle, going left or right, goes up and then up. That's part of the Butler ritual, okay? So there's different meanings in there. And then I found this on one of their, I was looking up stuff about rituals and the meaning behind it and all that, but I came across this. It says, keep trying but get absolutely nowhere. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder what that means. That literally means because they're going to keep trying and get absolutely nowhere. They think they are. We're feeding them all this bull, and they think they're going to be the only ones who survive, but little do they know we're leading them right to their destruction. And that's what's just completely sad about this. Walking in circles is an expression that means to keep trying but get absolutely nowhere. And then it says the idea behind this expression dates back to the time when it was first observed that persons who are lost, tend to wander in circles. And then it says in the spiritual realm, animals walking in circles can be seen as an emblem of infinity, continuity, or however you say that, and completeness. That infinity right there not only represents a portal, but it represents the Ouroboros, which is the snake eating its tail, the dragon eating its tail. Always dying and being reborn into something else, always confusing people. Nothing new under the sun. Nothing new under the sun. But I wanted to show that. And then you got a book about white and black magic, which are both equally satanic. They say that black is more, which that could be, but still, they're both satanic. And then you notice the cross. That's the Templar cross in the middle. And then it's got the six-pointed star, the Star of David, and satanic. And then they look like they got Jesus down at the bottom, dead. Which that probably is what it is, because they're always mocking Jesus, and they're always blaspheming, his name and stuff. And always doing poses like they're doing the cross, like Jesus was on the cross. They're always doing that pose. That's just straight up blasphemy, you guys. And notice it says the light up top. Yeah, who's the light bearer? I come as an angel of light. You know? So there's that. And then there's this book I found also, which again, I don't own any of these books, never have, but this is stuff I pull up. And it shows the sun god worship with those long skinny rays behind the pyramid, right? And that pyramid, that exact pyramid, including the smaller pyramid up top, was what was on Russell's grave, you know, the founder of the JWs, and with Freemason symbols all over that pyramid on his gravesite. But when people started finding out about it, what did they do? Well, they removed it. They removed it to take away the evidence so that it could not be looked up anymore. However, a lot of us still have those photos. We do. And so anyway, those long skinny rays, you know, sun god worship is what I showed. It's on the jw.org site at their headquarters. That big old humongous sun god worship thing right there with the blue background, blue demons, blue avatar. And then it says the holy serpent of the Jews. Yeah, what Jews are you talking about? Anyway, there's that. All right, and now these are Aleister Crowley's books on magic. And it's got the Star of David up top, which the JWs have used before. It's got the Baphomet symbol down there at the bottom. And it's got the, you know, yin and yang symbols, which if you look into that, that's satanic, you guys. But anyway, I just wanted to show this because, you know, this is what the JWs use in their stuff. And of course, he's got the sun god worship in the middle. I know you can't see it very well, but that thing in the middle, the circle, and then the bigger circle around it with the blue in the middle, that represents the sun god worship. And there's more meanings behind all this. You know, there's the sun rays up top. In the center is the black hole sun. It can also be referred to as a portal. So, you know, portal to let in all these demonic entities and stuff, which CERN is involved in, and many other places. But I just wanted to show this right here. So there's that. And now we're back to this again. This image, okay? Like I said, imagine these horns up here from one of their guys is straight up and down. That's the two pillars, okay? Take away the leaves, take away the phoenix bird, take away the red and white, which is the Templars, take away the red and white emblem thing, and then the sword in there, and you're left with the round circle and that thing in the middle of it with the blood in it, and the two pillars. And I just showed y'all those men at the JW assembly standing in that thing as people walk around it, go up, then walk around the other one, then go through the two pillars. It's all part of their satanic ritual. And that blood in there represents their death. But they don't know this. This is what just eats at me sometimes, because I want people so bad to get out of there. But when people have been in there for 50 or more years, they're baptized into it, they're highly indoctrinated. It's not impossible, because there's many people that have come out that's been in there a very long time, including elders and everything, because they realized what was going on. They didn't want any part of it anymore. Some turned atheists, some turned to, you know, more false religions, but some found the one true God. And so that's why I keep showing this stuff, because one day, hopefully, it's going to click with somebody that something is very terribly wrong here. This is too much evidence, you know. I didn't need all this evidence. I knew as a child. I knew because I felt an overwhelming evil presence there. And not only did that, you know, I stated in one of my other videos how I didn't even know what demons looked like at that point. You know, little did I know I was looking at demons the whole time in their, you know, publications and children Bibles and all that, because I had all that. I was made to study it, Armageddon and all that. And that was another terrifying thing that really messed me up. You know, I was constantly being told all my family, all my friends who were not JWs, they were going to die, and it was going to be in horrendous ways. And we were told that we were to laugh at them, which was very disturbing to me. That messed me up, because I was thinking, my best friend who's not a Jehovah's Witness, my family who's not Jehovah's Witnesses, I'm being told that I gotta laugh at them when they're murdered in such horrible ways. I'm told I have to laugh at them. That messed me up, you guys. But anyway, even if that didn't happen, you know, I still knew this place was evil. There was an evil, overwhelming evil presence there. Bad things happened to me, not only in their hall, which, you know, is Freemason hall, but in the home of somebody where they had, you know, friends over for a gathering or whatever. Yeah, that's happened to me several times. And not only me, I found out later that a girl that was a little younger than me, same thing had happened to her. Then I found out even later that somebody who was married, a married woman, the same person, tried to force himself on her. And so I went to somebody about it, and I'm not going to say who, I'm not going to get into that, but I went to somebody about it who's a JW and told them finally, yeah, after years and years and years of it happening, and the reason why I waited so long is because the one that did it to me, I'm talking about, you know, SA, okay? That's all I'm going to say. But anyway, you know, I was not in a threatening way, but I was told in such a way that, you know, I better not tell nobody because that's going to upset Jehovah. Because this is what he wants. He wants us to feel good. But I still knew something was terribly wrong. But when I finally told somebody, they excused it away and said, well, you know, he had problems. And I'm like, and not only that, I had come to them several times about all the cases I was seeing, legal documents, court cases of all these thousands of child SA cases taking place. And their answer to me was, which I want to say it shocked me, but then again it didn't, sadly. They said, I don't care about that. That's up to Jehovah. He'll take care of that if he feels fit. And I said, you've got to be kidding me. And they hung up on me because they got upset. But, you know, this is what they're taught to do. Because I'm of the world. I'm a worldly person to them. Anybody who's not in that organization were considered, you know, apostates or worldly apostates or whatever, trying to cause them, you know, lead them astray or whatever, when really, no, that's quite the opposite. We're trying to wake them up and show them what's really happening here and try to open their eyes, because we love them and we want them out, and we want them to find the one true God in Jesus and the Holy Spirit. That's what we want, or that's what I want. It's what many of us want. Okay, so there's that. All right, and here I've got pulled up several different hand signs. And the top says the spear, which that represents the Dyson spear, if y'all know anything about that. And then the second one down right there, that hand sign represents the star. You know, Lucifer fell like lightning. But then the portal, the third one down right there, that's what I caught that governing body doing, you know, when I showed him doing the pyramid hand sign thing. That's called the portal, which demons come through portals. So there's that. And then you got the heart right there, the heart. And I'm telling you, to them, that's a demonic, satanic symbol, okay? And there's more, but that's the ones I wanted to show right there, because I said I would. Okay, and now I've got this pulled up. Magic ritual hand signs to invoke pentagram. That's the upside down star. Satan, the demon, devils. That's what that is. And it talks about the signs reflect 4 elements of the Kabbalah. I've talked about the Kabbalah before. So, you know, the Pope kind of recently was seen being approached by a real witch. She had a Kabbalah bracelet on. And she had a witch's stang, that's S-T-A-N-G, in her hand. And she gave it to the Pope. And he took it from her, and off he walked with it, holding it very proudly. So, and then I don't know how many know, but the new avatar, the new little cartoon avatar thing for the Catholic Church is Luce, and that means Lucifer. Okay, but she's got boots on and she's got blood on her boots, so that means the killing of the saints. Okay, or anybody who doesn't worship the beast system, because they want to do away with all them in a horrific manner, is what they, that's what their plan is. But it says it's a sign. Wait, for each sign, a name of God in Hebrew are chanted. Yehovah, which is Jehovah, Elohim, and El, which I've talked about El before. That's one of their gods, El God, which of course all of them are. But, Eminem sang about that in his music video, as well as many others, but I'm just bringing up him. And the two M's, if you flip it sideways and, leading to the left side, that's 33 Freemason. But anyway, El, in his lyrics, he says, I already gave you an L, but I'd rather see you in hell. Is what he says there. But, it's all about that, the Golden Dawn. The Jehovah's Witness Order, the governing bodies talked about the Golden Dawn, and that is the New World Order, the beast system. That's what that means right there, okay? All right, here you got the greater ritual of the pentagram, which is the upside down star again, Satan and stuff. But here he's doing the butler ritual right here. And that's the air. Who's the prince of the air? Okay, he's doing the butler ritual right there, all in black. But, this the air, water, fire, earth, that's the four corners that the witches do in their circle to call these demons down and stuff, to invoke the pentagram or whatever. So there's that, the butler ritual. And here's Aleister Crowley talking about it. Do what thou wilt was his law for them. You see, they're doing the hands up, just like that one witch was doing. And then you got the other one doing the arms like that. Elon Musk was shown doing that at Trump's thing. He did the butler ritual right there on stage. But that's part of it. That and that. And that's what that JW was seen doing while he was getting baptized. Doing his arms just like that. The butler ritual as demons were coming into him as he was getting baptized. So there's that. Alright, you guys. This is going to be pretty much the end of it, after I finish up with this stuff. But this is Jim Jones. I'm sure most of y'all know about him. He was that cult leader that poisoned a good amount of his people, children, adults, and unalived them with, poison they drank, because he convinced them to do it, because they were going to see God if they did it that way. And he's doing the Vril hand sign, the VRIL. Look up Donald Marshall on YouTube or Google, and he's on Facebook as well. But listen to him. He talks all about the Vril. He talks about cloning and all that stuff. Oh, he goes deep into it. He was into it, or he's still in it, because he has to be. But he don't want to be. He's exposing it because he's tired of it. He wants it shut down. But he talks about the Vril in that governing body. I showed a picture of him doing the Vril hand sign right there. Okay, so there's that. And in the same video, there was various cults in there that I watched. It was like a cult marathon video, and I didn't watch all of it because I couldn't deal with it. I heard enough, and that was that. But in this Heaven's Gate cult, they got the pyramid, and then they got the sun right there, sun god worship. But notice it says Heaven's Gate. Wait, I can't. Oh, away team. Heaven's Gate away team. Yeah. I wonder why it says that. Because we want to lead you away from heaven. We want to lead you away from heaven and get you to worship the sun and all those. I know it don't look like it, but those are supposed to be stars. That's the fallen angels. And then the colors, the blue and the purple, Phoenicians who sacrificed their babies and children to Moloch and Baal, and which is still being done today, to this very day. Many people don't want to believe that, but it's the fact. It is still taking place today in high numbers. All these children going missing. Look at all the kids that disappeared and never seen again from Lahaina, Hawaii, and that's just one place. It's happening all over, and horrible things are being done. And I'm not going to go into that. I'm just not. But the purple rain, the New World Order, the beast system, okay? That's what this is all about. And then you got that pyramid right there. So there's that. And then you got this lady who used to be in the Manson family. I don't think she was in it long. But anyway, she goes on to say, you know, people who have been victimized as children can carry that shame around like an awful weight as adults. Yeah. Oh, it's called the World's Darkest Cults Marathon is what the name of that was that I'm getting all this from. But yeah, that's true. Unless you find Jesus and the Most High God and the Holy Spirit and, you know, get baptized in His name and in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, then you'll continue to carry it and it'll continue to mess you up. But when you give your life to Christ, things change, and for the better. Without Him, it just keeps going on, and that's exactly what the devil wants. He sets you up from childhood to be a complete failure because he wants to take as many people to hell with him as he can. That's what this is all about. Same video, World's Darkest Cults Marathon. This is from David Koresh, you know, and that cult there. All that horrible stuff happened there. All these people were burned alive in that building. But notice that they say the new light up here. Okay, they keep receiving new light. Who else receives new light all the time? Well, that'd be the Jehovah's Witnesses. They're told to throw away all their old literature so they can't refer back to it to see something's incredibly wrong here. They're told to throw it all away, and we got new light now because, you know, God changes His mind. No, He doesn't. Not the real true God. He was the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. He never changes. But their gods change all the time to keep confusion and wonder going on all the time. Always keep seeking wisdom of the tree of good knowledge, which we know what that's all about. But anyway, same video. This is another cult. I can't remember which one and don't really care. But anyway, they mentioned mind games, and yeah, who else is good at that? The JW satanic cult. So there's that. But this is also from Waco, David Koresh. And this is some woman. I think it's one of his wives. He had many. And he claimed to be Jesus. And they think that if, you know, all these different women married him and slept with him, that they were sleeping with Jesus. Oh, brother, you guys. Anyway, they predicted several different end time dates. Who else does that? The Jehovah's Witnesses. All these cults do. Well, I can't say all of them, but, you know, the majority of them are always doing this. And the last one I knew of, there was quite a few within the JW. I think it went all the way back to 1914. And there was quite a few dates, you know, in between there and 1975 where they gave end time dates, the day it was going to happen. And I went through the 1975 one, and that literally terrified me to death. Because, again, I was being told all my family, all my friends that weren't JWs, they were going to die a horrible death, including my father, who was not a JW. And that terrified me. That did bad things to my mind. Really bad things to my mind. Because of this JW satanic cult. So there's that. And this is David Koresh. Notice he's got a pyramid on his shirt. Okay? And then I've shown y'all in one of my past videos the pyramid that's on the jw.org site. And also, you know, that's not the only place. I've seen it other places too. Because they use it. They have to put it in your face. They have to. That's their law. We have to show you. If you don't see it, if it flies over your head, well, then too bad for you. You're choosing to serve Satan. We showed you. You didn't see it? Well, that gets us off the hook. And it's on you. And you're choosing to serve Satan. And that is what it's all about, you guys. That's their law. They have to tell us. Aleister Crowley spoke of this. Anton LaVey spoke of this. And many others spoke of this law that they have. Okay, so there's that. Just again, there's that one governing body. I'm not going to go through all of them again. You know, there's no need to. But he's doing that hand sign right there that I just showed you. The pyramid hand sign. To invoke the pentagram. To invoke the pentagram. That's what it's all about. They're getting their powers from the dark side. Not from the Most High God. From the dark side. From their god Baal. Which they have two goat statues. 2 goats on 2 watchtowers facing each other at their Warwick. If you look that up, What does that mean to the occult? Warwick, New York, at their Bethel. And that's demonic too to them. They twist everything, like I said. They take everything and twist it. And so, he's invoking the pentagram right there. I want to show you this right here. This is Brian Head Welch again from Korn. And what is he doing? Oh, he's doing the butler ritual with his arms. Why he's saying, am I still a Christian? Yeah, I'm still a Christian, but you gotta listen to him. Well, I'm not telling you to listen to him. I listen to him. And then at the end, he turns into a shape-shifting demon. It looks like a human there, but at the end of the video, he turns into a shape-shifting demon. As he's coming out of his red chair with his all-black clothing on, he's coming out of blood, the death of, the saints, and death, black as death. And as he's rising up out of the blood chair, showing death, he comes towards the camera and turns into a shape-shifting demon. Because I watched it. So there's that. And by the way, you guys, I suggest, this is John Todd. I suggest looking up him too. He has his own YouTube channel. Now, he's no longer living. I heard he died of cancer, but I'm not sure. But he exposed everything about the Illuminati, about the witchcraft. This is the guy that grew up in it, and he got out and gave his life to Christ. But he's exposing it all. And yes, that's a long video. That one is. But, it's so worth listening to. So there's him. And this is Donald Marshall right here. Okay, Donald Marshall's UK interview. Now, he's got tons of other videos. Tons. But this one is, almost 2 hours long. And he talks about clones, parasitic host, and the Brill. Okay, that's so worth listening to. This one right here. Okay, so I wanted to suggest that. And then, after listening to Donald Marshall, this video here by them called Take Me is all about cloning. It shows the exact same stuff in this video that Donald's talking about, how they take a needle and put it through the eye and everything. I mean, you can't wrap your head around it, but he's showing it all in this video right here, as well as this one. Black as the Soul, I think it's called. I don't know. Yeah, Black as the Soul. That's what that's all about there as well, because they have to show you. Here's a video called The Spirituality of Brian Head Welch. So I watched this, and you see him sticking his tongue out right there? Well, that represents demons. That's part of their sex magic, when they're sticking their tongues out. And if you Google images of demons sticking their tongues out, you will find more than plenty. And then if you research what it means, it's sex magic, okay? But not only that, and in this video, which I do not suggest watching because it's disturbing beyond belief, but it shows them all vomiting black goo out of their mouths, and their eyes turning black, then turning into slits, and it shows him in a demonic cult doing devil worship. It's disturbing, but yet he's saying, I'm a Christian, y'all follow me. I'm a Christian, but yet, no, he's not. He's no, far from it. He went the opposite way. All right, you guys, I'm going. That's all I wanted to show. So, I'm going to keep showing as I find stuff, because it's important to show this stuff. All right, y'all take care. Y'all be safe. I love you guys, and God bless. Bye.